is easy for me. Have you followed the war? Is there a direct relationship between this paragraph and to the behavior of the world leaders as such? They have their own ecosystem. They have their own groups. What do you call that one? Have a stealth fighter. Bomb Iran up to 11 story deep. So they have done it and destroyed the nuclear arms. Where there was no arm. Okay. But still, that's it. You travel 18 hours one way, carry weapons, fire them, destroy some place, and tell them, I've destroyed the nuclear material. God knows what nuclear material is. I could relate every word of it to the present war and the whole system. We are living in that sort of environment. So today, what we are trying to do as an education system on this one is the ecosystem must shift to ecosystem. Eco is far more important than ecosystem. So when we structure our syllabus, when we structure our courses, okay, and the outcomes of it, I think we should face this one. That is why I call it today's challenges to educate. Yes, sir. Why we should shift from ecosystem to ecosystem is a simple thing. Half of Earth's glacier is expected to vanish by 2100. And how many years is away is 2100? 75 years. Okay. You'll still be here on this earth as grandparents. You'll see this one. And you have to prohibit this one happening. It's happening in India, on the upper Himalayas. Glaciers are melting. Rivers are flooding. The whole weather system is changing. Okay. And most important is climate change and biodiversity loss. In the next 30 to 40 years, scientists are sounding alarm. 6 mass extinction with 30 to 50% of the species on Earth expected to be lost by the middle of this century. 25 years from now, 30 to 50% of the existing biodiversity will disappear. It's not a small thing. So, how do we... Good morning, good sir. What's our responsibility in it? At VJEC, there are 9,200 students. 8,000 only. Okay, I will correct. 8,000 students are there. Are they aware of this? When they drive on the road with smoking pipe, are they aware of what they are doing to this? Our ecosystem. I think that all this we should bring to the notice and make it conscious. These are all not anymore hypotheses. They're happening. Okay. So educators as such, you have a very big responsibility. Okay. People may say that what is my responsibility? I am a teacher. As a teacher, you have the responsibility of correcting this. You are the most influential person. Okay. This is very interesting. That is Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. This is the, can you recall where is this from? Last sentence in Gayatri Mantra. Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Your mind has to canvas, has to emphasize the terms that we are talking about. To give you a good example, again, this is the picture of Earth from Saturn rings. You see the Saturn rings? And from there, this is one of the most iconic photographs that were taken by the Voyager from the Saturn. Okay. And the most, for an engineer, I think, for anybody, scientist or any learned person, I think this is definitely an iconic picture. From there, you will see a small speck in the camera, and that is Earth. That is our Mother Earth. It looks so small, but you can imagine that how many wars happened on that small speck, how many people fought for the small land on this one. Okay. So this is how the world has grown. This is looking things in a different way. This is taken by a Voyager spacecraft on the vicinity of Saturn's rings, which made humans feel so insignificant. Okay. And then 7.6 billion people live on this white dot. All the great kings who wanted to win the universe were fighting for this small particle of dust in the universe. When you look from there, that's how it looks. Strangely, the residents on this white dot have individual egos bigger than the universe itself. That is the problem. Ego. Okay. We have already touched the subject ego to eco. Okay. So one of our responsibilities as teachers, as the education institutions, is to bring this into the consciousness that how our ecosystem is destroying the whole, almost not only the whole universe. Okay. Next one there. Dio Yona. Can we go back, please? Dio Yona Pracharyat. Okay. As if you see the Gayatri Mantra, says, what does the Gayatri Mantra says? Come. Bhuvashva Tat Satur Savitur Varenyam Vargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Pracharyat. That sort of wisdom, please put it into my mind. Okay. That is your duty. That's the reason why this sloka is very important at Vignana Jyothi. Okay. Om Bhum Bhuvashva. I will explain it more when we reach there. Okay. But this is the context which we have to see. So why I'm putting these things is we as teachers guiding the next generations have to have this sort of broader picture. Okay. So the example Sunil says, okay, he is the head of the department of three departments. Sit down. Yeah. So I asked him this morning, what are you doing for the ecosystem? Sit down. He is one of the active players in getting our certifications, accreditations, etc. The whole team here has worked very, very hard day and night. They're part of it. Okay. So he said, Sir, 80% of my students are getting jobs. So I told him, getting jobs to destroy the earth. So tell them, put this course into your this one, statistics or the data science. Okay, put this figures or statistics into your data science and get this consciousness into this one. Okay, that is the context of using that. Now, differentiators that we can. That is one thing nice about us is these differentials are created with respect to time and on our own. We have not copied this from anybody else. Some systems, probably the basic systems, we might have copied. What is the teaching learning process? Questioning and answering. Process oriented guided inquiry system. There's one thing that we borrowed. It's not that all of it is good things we borrowed and better things we innovated. That's what I want to talk to the new faculty that is here. Some things we borrowed, many things we innovated here, finding the necessity. So how we did it and what we did it, probably I will explain it. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to say, this is my system, I'm innovating it. You will have a complete support of senior faculty, management, everybody. You only have to say this is for the good of our students. Okay. And then this morning I was inquiring, how many of you heard the word servant leadership? Old people need not. New people. None? That is, you heard. That I will talk to you, but I will explain that first to you so that you will be able to get it. Who is the most important person in your family? Everyone. That's good. Oh. I think next time you will contest for an MLA post of Bajpayee, politician. Yeah. Okay, everybody is important, but you can't live without mother. She has to give you morning coffee, breakfast, lunch, look after your clothes, look after this. She's the most important person. Okay. And what are the jobs she does most of the time? What otherwise would have done by what you call a servant or a help. So in the home, mother is the most important thing. That service, doing something for others, is very important. At Vignana Jyothi, I stress, okay, we follow this. In that context, your mother is the leader in the house. She leads. Okay. Most egocentric fathers may not accept it. But the truth is, the mother is the leader. Here also, because she has a servant attitude, she doesn't mind what the servant does. So, exactly here also, the leadership, the management is tuned to this one of servant leadership. What we do, what is required for the students' upbringing, students' excellence, faculty excellence. Okay. I still remember all your head of the departments, I will share a secret with you. All of them carried desks when we were reorganizing the things. I still remember what is that office that we set up? Political IQAC, PAC. Okay, so here these departments. Okay, ask your seniors. I carried the desk personally. IQAC has to, I still remember. Of course, I can carry it by alone, but with the help of others. So nothing is below dignity when you have to do things. That particular day, I still remember, next day is going to the opening of IQSC. Okay. And then visitors are coming. Okay. Somehow we forgot to order the desk. So we identified some desk, some good desk of a good faculty. We stole it and then we transferred it to IQSC department and commissioned it. Most of the actions that you will find by your senior faculty members is this servant leadership. And if you need more details on this, I think we have about half dozen books titled Servant Leadership in our library. Okay, it's worth reading it. Okay, it's worth reading it. So be a part of this type of leadership. Ultimately, as I said, we're all serving here for the betterment of the institute and especially the students. Okay. Next. How do we describe our work? Among the new faculty, how many of you heard the word spectral pyramid? Can you raise higher? Not many people. Okay. Probably I'll spend some time on it. The whole base for Vignana Jyothi is the spectral pyramid. Okay. This is the word spectral pyramid is coined by Vignana Jyothi. Did we have a trademark on it? Where is it? We have the trademark. Okay. If you see, how many of you have seen pyramids in real life? Can you explain? Amma? How did you feel when you saw the pyramid? You want mic? Otherwise, you can explain, Amma.
Crystal and clear, sir.
Emma?
Crystal clear. Crystal and clear, sir.
Do you follow? Crystal and clear. Spectral pyramid. No, did you see pyramid? Where? Where did you see, Emma?
At my home.
No, real pyramid. Hmm?
Yes,
Emma.
sir. We also having pyramid in my home. We use for that meditation, doing meditation by sitting under pyramid.
No, but I'm asking, did you physically see a pyramid that's normally in the Egyptian country?
No, sir.
You have seen that. Okay. Explain that. No, explain.
It is very huge. There are steps
It
to
is-
go huge, very big, and there are steps to go inside. And it is pentagonal in shape. If you are thinking about the shape, pentagon.
Pentagon?
Sorry, base is there, and there are five. All sides are triangle, but total is five sides. Five sides. Five sides pentagon. From bottom, including bottom, all are triangles.
No. How many sides are there?
Five.
5 sides.
Yes.
Including the bottom?
Including the base.
Without bottom?
Four.
4 sides. It has the 4 sides.
Yes, sir.
And what did you say? This is huge.
Huge. And there are the steps to go inside to the bottom.
Bottom. Who is occupying that pyramid?
Mom.
Okay. I think one of the most exciting sides.
Yes, sir.
Is we keep talking about pyramids in this one, but one of the most exciting sites, if ever you go to Egypt, is I traveled through the world. 2 things excite me almost every time that I see them. One is Venice, the city of Venice. In those days, a few thousand years ago, okay, people who have constructed houses in lagoons, and they traveled, they did business, they did trade. And next to it, they constructed a St. Paul's Cathedral, the world's this one. That's one of the most exciting things. I've seen spacecrafts, the rockets getting fired and other things, but nothing excites me more than seeing the Venice, city of Venice. When you travel through it, you really feel excited. And the second one is the pyramid. You will think this pyramid is just a structure, but when you go it, like what she was mentioning, the size of it actually amazes you. It was built in, well, which country is it? And where did they get the stones from? Each stone, some of the stones that where this pyramid is assembled, some of the stones are as big as this room. Those days when there was no transportation, people pushed it through the river from the African nation and dragged it in the sand and lifted it to those heights. Once you imagine it as an engineer, it is a phenomenal thing. Okay. So when we were doing this, we all felt the same thing. Dragging such a big boulder to create a structure here in Vignana Jyothi. So one fine morning we called it the work that we are doing, that we are creating a spectral pyramid. Spectral pyramid, we named it because the 4 sides that you see, okay, they're different characters. Here, in education institutions, and especially at Vignana Jyothi, we organize the sides as those 4. First side is excellence in academics. You may say anything. I won the first prize in tennis. I won the first prize in basketball. They're all good. But the first thing is, important thing is the academics must be of a very high standard. Everything else goes to the second one. And the second one is exploration of knowledge through research. The knowledge that we have is because somebody packed that knowledge a few years ago. That was a new knowledge at that time. Today, this is a common knowledge. Similarly, for the future, for their needs and also for our needs, we have to explore knowledge through research. New knowledge has to be created. Third one, and most important thing these days is innovation and entrepreneurship. We have to create jobs. We have to create products. We have to be global. Innovate. The third one is exponent and development of a rounded personality. The students that we make, that we sort of shape them, must be a rounded personality. His attitude should be in such a way that he should be happy all the time. He should have the smile all the time. Okay. And a rounded personality. all the one that we have talked about till now, the ecocentric and other things, only a person with rounded personality can understand. I am an expert in some subject. Will go very well with they say, I'll use it, I'll reshape it, the society. A rounded personality. Okay. He should be good in his work, he should be good with his family, he should excel. Here, this. What is the point in having a great success without a happy family? We should be. So you should train him to be happy. That's the reason why I don't know how many of you are aware. We have a course on success and happiness. Is there anybody here who wants success without happiness? And happiness only, but not success? No. Huh? All of us want both. And we have to train them. This is that's part of it. Okay. So these are the four phases of the pyramid that we work on. Okay. Why I'm telling you is, I think I want you to accept the fact that at Vignana Jyothi we look at things on a higher platform, in a different platform. Okay. All these initiatives, they are structured as a pyramid with four faces. Okay. The next one, please. This is most. I have this experience. I think many accreditation teams come here and see what is the mission and vision mission of Vignana Jyothi. Sir, all of them come. This one change. Okay, the importance of your restructuring will change. But one thing that doesn't change for any institution is the philosophy. So at Vignana Jyothi, we have Vignana Jyothi philosophy, VJ philosophy. Okay, and this is centered with the ancient wisdom, present situation, etc. And the key terms I will just explain. It is the philosophy of Vignana Jyothi that education is a process of presencing. This is another key word I appreciate. I want you to seriously take and do your own research and appreciate that word presencing. We used the word presencing for the first time in 2006. Somebody of you have this one? Can you please, in the Word document, can you write presencing? What did you get? Red underline. Isn't it? It is. Somebody got the red underline or somebody got some meaning? Emma, red underline ochinde? That's what it is. Okay. In a normal context, in a normal English, presencing doesn't exist. Somebody put it so forcefully, then I have to tell him, okay, if it doesn't exist in English, that is our contribution, Vignana Jyothi contribution to English. That is the word presencing. We have used it in 2006 which gave a red underlining. But now if you Google it, okay, you got quite a lot of them, presencing. After we did this word presencing, Okay. MIT in the year 2011 or 12, MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, one of the topmost institutions, they have created a center for presence. It's one of the most powerful words. 90% of the time, either faculty or as individuals, what is it we do? We are present somewhere, correct? You get into the situation, present. Then you sense what's happening. Then to be present, to sense, then experience it, and then extrapolate it. These are the four words that go together in presence. To be present. To be present with your heart, mind, and body, etc. I can tell you more on that one. But this is the most powerful concept which I can say Vignana Jyothi both has innovated as well as absorbed. We have learned quite a lot from the work of MIT. At the same time, we have contributed original ideas on this presence. Our labs, especially, are designed with this word presence. To be present there in this lab of electronics, in an environment of electronics. Sense what we are doing. Yeah, this is an amplifier. This is a power supply. Sense. And experience it. Okay, this is the power supply. 230 volts to my phone. How is it coming? Experience it and extrapolate it. If I want it for my phone, and also if I want it for my radio, can I get it? So every 90% of the work that we do as faculty can be put into this theme of presence. And in life, it's very important. Okay. And incidentally, there's a nice book written by a mighty professor. What's his name? Otto Schaumer, a German social scientist. He wrote a wonderful book on what is called presencing. Is it called presence or presencing? You check on that one. And MIT has a separate section now, Center for Presencing. The center is known as Center for Presencing. Okay. Here, almost all our faculty over the years have got used to this word presencing. It's a very powerful word. Okay. Presencing that leads both individually and collectively. That's important. Why are students here? They could as well do their exams on online. Here, the most important thing is, and which we should value, is for a student it is a collective learning. Along with him, there are 59 other students, correct? Plus 10 is 60. There are 59 students. And if every student or every outside student asks a question, what knowledge it is? Where do you get that sort of environment? Not online, not on your own. That value we have to create here. Encourage them to ask questions. The collective learning is the most important thing which we should value. To one's deepest capacity to sense and shape the future. What is it we are talking about? The previously, all our courses, coursework, syllabus, how are we structuring it in a way that it will support the our work towards the ecosystem. That is the one that we are talking about. Sense and shape the future. If you don't take action now, there's no future. So, as faculty, my main purpose of coming here is this one. We were able to embed this seriousness in most of our faculty till now. I want the people joining us also to have this ambition that you are here to guide the students to change the future, sense and shape the future. If you continue this sort of environment in Hyderabad, 10 years from now, can you do? Our civil engineering team, I mean, whether it's working or not, they have created some template says this is what should be done for a good ecosystem. Traffic control or traffic, how to thin down the traffic. They have generated their own ideas. So at every level, they're doing it. And the second one is important. Based on a synthesis of direct experience, leading edge thinking, and ancient wisdom. That is most important. We have to bring back ancient wisdom also into the system. Ancient wisdom. It taps into serendipity and deeper learnings of learning by discovering new possibilities. The last sentence, words. Why are we here? To discover newer possibilities. That's why our labs, we are spending so much on the labs. High-end computers, quantum computing. What are the new possibilities for this one? This is our philosophy at Vignana Jyothi. It was drafted by the whole team, though my name is there. But I took the support from everybody and says, we'll create a philosophy like this. I would request you to take time to understand this one and follow it. Okay. This vision, this one will change from time to time. But a philosophy is something that will last for a long, long time. So I would like you to underline this one. And the next one to that one is a replica of a similar Vignana Jyothi. Okay. So how we match these things, we'll see. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, why I'm particularly here to address the new faculty is please think from a higher level, from a higher platform. People may mock at you. Okay. When you say, it's a common practice, right? Hey, I want to be the class number one. People read class number one. Rosie Mood Cinemas was started. Read class number one allowed them to be. Everybody will mock at you and do this one. Okay. But you must have that ambition. I'll give one of our own examples. 20 years ago, or maybe 24 years ago, when we mentioned here in a similar conference, when we mentioned all of us, Vignana Jyothi should compete with the MIT, Stanford, Harvard, all the great institutions, Columbia, Czech. I was saying this and I could still the faces. What is he talking? Is it possible? Is he joking? Okay, that's a normal trend. Okay, but you have to believe in yourself. And what happened? 4 years ago, 5 years ago, We have 15 postgraduate diplomas of distinction for our students from MIT, Columbia, Tech universities. Not one. 15 of our people. Is that number correct? A substantial number. Okay. And then it's very rare in anybody's certificate certified by MIT, Tech, and Columbia University. In this one. And 15 of our faculty have got those certificates. Okay. Probably, if it is not confidential, they can know it. Okay. Kiran, you are one of them? Yeah, why don't you say that? Stand up. Kiran is one of them. CPDT team, especially the Aruna is one of them. Kanchana? No? No, not you. Kanchana, Archana. Archana is one of them. I still remember excuse me for the names that I forgot. But these people, 9 months they worked for the diploma with a practicing, you know what the topic? Design thinking. Correct? Design thinking. Innovation and design thinking is the topic, which we canvas here day and night. So, my summary to tell you is don't think that you cannot do it. I'll give one more small example. From the time you were young, 4 years old, or even 3, till today, can you list one item that you really wanted but you did not get? My question is clear? You should be really wanting it and which you didn't get. When you were young, you wanted masala dosa. You got it. Okay. When you're older, you wanted to join engineering college. You joined. When you want something, it's 99.9% certain that you will get it. Okay. I still remember. Now summer is all gone. When I was young, between me and my neighbor, there used to be a compound wall. I always wanted my neighbor's mangoes. So what should you do? If they catch me, they will thrash me. So you have to find a correct time, look around, jump the wall, okay, and then carry something to pack them, and then jump back the wall. All through my childhood, I did it because I wanted it. I wanted those mangoes. This is it. As an example. Okay. So this is an example for you even today. Okay. Tomorrow you want to be the best faculty member, the researcher. I'm here in this one, in my subject, I'm going to excel. You will have a chance. The only thing is, you should be wanting it with 100% of your heart and soul. Please aim that one. Okay. So, discovering new possibilities is what we emphasize here at Vignana Jyothi. That is the first phase of knowledge. And what is the second phase? Exploration to knowledge and research. Can we sound will come on? You're not able to get it. This is exploration of knowledge through research. 9:40. So I have time till 10 o'clock, right? 20 minutes. Okay, this is one of the paintings probably which you will see at our reception. Okay. Very powerful painting. This is a painting that is done uh, by a student of architecture and uh, art and architecture, fine arts of JNU University, and then which uh, uh, from a book called Tao of Physics. He wrote a beautiful paragraph on physics, on Tao of Physics. What do you see in that painting? Anybody sees anything? Hmm? Somebody already told you that. Yeah, this is known as, that's written there, Shiva. That transcend with a prayer to Shiva and Shiva. Okay. This is a uh, this is a nice story. I think the Power of Physics, the book is there in our library. One of the most exciting books. This one, Story of Physics. Uh, Capri is a professor of physics. One day, University of California, he was a professor. He went out, and then he's a professor of physics, and then quantum physics, astrophysics. Yes, sir. He went out from his thought process from his lab to outside. And then he saw in front of him the ocean. California is attached to the ocean. And he raised his head, he saw the whole space. Particles coming from universe colliding with each other. Like in physics, he's a physics professor. He saw whatever he has learned in physics in this universe in the skies on that particular moment. And then he wrote a very beautiful paragraph, which I think is available at our reception. Okay. The whole scenario of that one, he concluded with particles colliding, destroying, creating. All this, the whole scene, he concluded with the scene, with the last word of, this looks like dance of Shiva that Hindus worship. Nataraj. Dance of Shiva through universe. You see the universe? This one. So this is our second phase of pyramid. Experience this one. With this background, okay, the we started promoting our PhD program, and we the very few people at our institution are. Can I know how many of you are PhDs, please? How many of the new faculty are PhDs? Substantial number. Okay. The rest of them, please get it at the earliest. Okay. In 2006, again I go back, the faculty at that time, because you're busy with so many things, okay, we give them 10 years time, right? 10 years time to get their PhD. And I still remember in a hall similar to this one, I mentioned, if you don't get your PhD within 10 years, okay, please submit your paper. Okay. And another condition is after some time. When you are doing your PhD, you must see the God, Nataraj. Involve, experience, then only your PhD has value. Okay. So many of older colleagues here, they used to come and tell me, "Sir, I got my PhD, and I also saw the God." They used to put it together, and how nice it was. Okay. And then, of course, I can give you one negative example, which is also quite good. What's the name? We used to have a senior professor, which is a good professor, as a professor. Uh, I will tell the name. Okay. Professor Kodanrao. Remember? He was supposed to finish his PhD by 2016. He hasn't done it. 2017, he hasn't done it. So whenever we are meeting each other, he used to go that side. It happened. Then one day, I saw him coming straight to me. So I was so happy. And then said, "Oh, Professor Kodandram, you got your PhD." Then he told me, "Sir, I'm retiring next month." No, we didn't become enemies or anything. We were still cordial. We supported him to the extent. He changed, to the best of my knowledge, he changed 3 topics. Emma? Uh, three topics. I thought that's understandable. But he changed 3 guides. So, everything he tried his best, but he couldn't make it. So, that's the reason why I say that along with your PhD, it's so difficult. You are involved in teaching, you are involved in multiple effects, you are involved in many of you are involved in running your families. With all this, it's difficult to get a PhD while working. Okay, but it's possible. Please do it at the earliest. Okay, come back and tell me. Okay, what will you tell me? You got your PhD and also seen God. That's important. Okay, next one. Innovation and entrepreneurship. This is, we call it as exhilaration. This is a, if somebody thinks that entrepreneurship is easy, okay, it's only they can, for the first day they can travel in flights, they can buy aircraft, they can this one. I think I have a story. It's completely different. It's both very, very highly taxing and entrepreneurial. I started my company in a car garage with the 2 diploma holders. Made it a successful thing. But the process that you go through is highly complex, highly rewarding, but highly taxing. It's not for a weak heart, the entrepreneurship is. Okay. Fortunately, we had to mold them here. We have Professor Kiran, you are in charge, for this one. Who has gone through all this? You are there. So you had to govern them, hold their hands. I still remember. How many of you had that helmet company? You had. What's the name of it? Yeah, Jesh. Oh, yeah. It's a startup company here. They make the helmets, air-conditioned helmets, both for road safety as for industrial safety. For example, imagine a crane worker, okay, working in the hot sun without any, with a helmet that doesn't have an air conditioning. These people have created it, and they become a big success. And they used to work here at Vignana in these labs till night, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and then come back again at 7 o'clock. We have seen that successful examples you will find here, and then This is, can you go back once? Huh? I'll just, previous one, yeah. So this is a scene which, so from my own experiences, I have commissioned an artist to paint it. My own experiences as an industrialist, how painful it is, how what it takes. It's like a Sagaramadana. Have you heard Sagaramadana? All of you must have heard. There's nothing short of Sagaramadana. You have to chant, you have to sweat, you have to go through all these things. At the end of it comes success. Not in the beginning. At the end of it comes success. After long periods of sun cycles, years, and after a successful period of short cycles, the moon cycles, etc. This painting explains the whole process of innovation and the exhilaration that is involved. There's such an excitement you feel. Okay. So that, I think, fortunately, I think we have quite an active group to support this one. I think we should encourage your students also to go in for innovation. And the last one, last phase is towards singularity. Okay. What is singularity? Unique, successful. The students, the training that we are doing, they have to end up as a successful on the top. Here, again, the painting is Anujai, is the artist's name. Here at Vignana Jyothi, the meaning of this painting is, here at Vignana Jyothi, we align different skills. Wheels, different skills. Align them in a very safe environment at VNR for a global use. And then, when they go outside into the world, step out into the world, they face various scenarios. What is the current scenario? Environment. See the darkness and the blue this one. I can't just open a company. I have to get the certificate from the industry. From what is that? There's a department. No, not a. There's a company for the environment. Environmental clearance. And then you have an inclusiveness. You have to get right from a manager to a worker. There's various things. At the end of it, courtesy Ganesha, you reach the top. Okay. This is towards singularity. He has to, whether in whatever profession he is in, entrepreneurship or a manager or whatever is a consultant, okay, he has to achieve the success. This is the fourth phase. And then around these four phases, how many of you have seen our list of VJ differentiators at the entry? All of you must have seen, right? If you have not seen, please, at the entry point here, there's a list of them. All of them are meaningful. We have created all those initiatives, okay, with the background in these four phases. Yeah. And of all these things, I will emphasize on wit and will is one of the strongest. All of them are important. But I will stress on this last two ones. Center for Presencing and Design Thinking. We were the first ones in the whole of combined Andhra Pradesh to start this course on design thinking. Almost a decade and a half ago. That is because of presencing. Can you go back? Yeah, okay. That's because of this presencing. To be present, sense, experience, extrapolate. Design thinking is almost parallel to that. Today, anybody who wants to make a name for any institution, okay, this design thinking course is essential. And we excel in it. The next one is wit and will. This is another high impact process. Students will learn if they know the value of what they are learning. You tell them, look here, next half an hour I'm going to tell you this. This is going to be used in automotive here to reduce the pollution or to increase the speed or for safety. He is already able to relate. Why I am teaching is to let you know that it will enhance the safety of yourself and the car for these reasons. Then he is prepared to learn. And the second most important thing is here, he should create a scenario himself. Okay? Like a car, he can create a scenario and says, what I have learned in the class for this purpose is also useful for this purpose. Will. Why am I learning? What I am learning? This is the thing. And this has tremendous impact on the learning outcome. Because of time, I have lot more things to do, but then I would like to stick to my time. I will give you just one final example of this wit and will impact. We have one faculty in civil engineering. What's her name? Kirti. Okay. She is our student. Did her MTech, and we took her as our faculty. And she started teaching wit and will. Her topic was fluid mechanics. Fluid mechanics is her topic. And how do you explain the usefulness of a fluid mechanics to first year students? Fluid mechanics. Anybody specializing in that subject here? No. Anyway, she started with the topic of boiler. How a boiler works. How the fluid, how the gases, how the solids gets into the gases, this, it's a fluid mechanics. And students could. Otherwise it was a dry subject. Then we were all very happy. We complimented her, this one. And next year, what are you doing? What is your example today? Then he said, sir, this year, I'm talking about the fluid mechanics in our body. Wonderful. What happens if you have less fluid in your body? Dehydrate, or whatever it is, in your lungs, in your kidneys. So she picked up that topic, and then the fluid dynamics of in the whole body system, the importance of fluid dynamics she created. And students approach. And then I was waiting for the third year. What this bright young lady will do. Okay. And then next year, even before she came to me, I went to her. So I asked her, what's the plan for this year? Sir, this year, wit and will, I am doing a Panchapotas. You know Panchapotas? What are Panchapotas? Chepama? So this year, you are cursing that the monsoon is late. What is the reason? You destroyed Panchapotas. Air, water, surface, and then fire. And then the fire and Panchapotas, the fifth one. Sky. Okay. Unless these Panchapotas are balanced, okay, your weather will be terrible. Then I told her, so please adopt me as your lifelong student. That's brilliant, and our own student. And the impact is among the students is. And as you know, that's the big part of it, why I'm teaching. And the student has to write a similar example of will. Why am I learning it? He can't copy the same. And we used to have beautiful, excellent feedbacks on that one. Okay, so that's one of the most effective parts. That's about this one. So probably next time, okay, I can just can you run through? I have 5 minutes, 3 minutes, Amma. Can you run through the exploration of knowledge through research? That is the second phase, the initiatives. Next one. Amma. Okay, like that, you will find many, many initiatives at Vignana Jyothi. If you have something to contribute, the purpose of this meeting is for you to encourage you to create your own frame of mind. Come out with your ideas. So this way, the teaching will improve. This way, the learning will improve. This way, our labs will improve. Ultimately, VNR VJIT is here today with such name, not because of me or somebody else. It's because of the faculty that we have. They have created this name. Okay. And that's important. Okay. Our focus is on the student, and also I will repeat it again, students' parents. They are the biggest stakeholders. Once a student's parent, if he wants to see you, please give all your time. Okay. I'm not asking you to do any favor. Please be careful about that one. Your integrity of marks and other things has to be intact. Nobody can force you to give marks or to delete marks. That integrity of a teacher. Don't lose that one. But be cooperative. And what is the term that we have learned today? Servant leadership. Okay. Practice. Yeah. Can I have 5 minutes of your time? Okay. The initiative that we halted for a moment is known as EAPCET. Last time, a few minutes ago, what is it you all got? Smack. Smack from whom? Not from your neighbor, but in the name of Mother Earth. Right? So this is EAPCET is similar to that one. Towards exponential change and imminence. So fortunately, you didn't do that. You did this, right? You didn't do the one on the top. Otherwise, you would also got one. So, like what we were saying, This is the big change that is happening in society. Energy, environment, eclectic, e-enabling, and then education is also going through a lot of transformation. If we have to save the earth, we have to get big changes in all these things. Okay. Now, energy, how you source it, store it, share it. It has changed. All our electrical department, electronic department, everything. Okay. We have to change our structure in such a way that this is saves Mother Earth. Then environment. Who are the biggest spoilers of environment? Mobility and manufacturing units. Eclectic is white band. White band, this one. Those are all at the moment A to Z domains, artificial intelligence, analytics. They are there everywhere. E-enable. Everything is E-enabled these days. You have to make it, whatever we are doing, you have to make it E-enabled. Education. The biggest transformation, I tell you, in the next decade is going to be in education. We should be prepared for it. And that's the reason why I'm also here today. We have to be prepared for the change of education in this domain. On a day-to-day basis, we have to observe. Okay, there's more to it. But I will leave you with one final cartoon that I found it very attractive. Where is that hospital, Amma? Can you please read that one? There is a patient and a doctor. The doctor says, this is a self-help hospital. You diagnose and treat yourself. What is it will provide you? Good Wi-Fi. Niagara Education Institution also should provide good Wi-Fi. There's no discussion on that one. Okay, it is an essential thing. And everything else will be linked up together and people will be able to help themselves. Okay, that is the future. Okay. With that, I will conclude and I wish you, I can go on like this, but I wish you all the best and be the most productive teachers. Yes.
Whether you are aware about his age. So 75 plus age. At this stage also morning came and
Thank you very much. You made me
Yeah.
20 years older.
He's a much younger man than what you're saying. Okay? He has the energy of the youngest here. Thank you, sir.